So Luke, pre-season starting on Saturday with a game against Blackpool XI. You looking forward to the game?
Yeah, obviously it's it's a great showcase game for the club. Great to invite loads of local fans and hopefully a lot of Blackpool fans as well. Of which I'm one myself. Obviously, really proud to obviously put a team out here at Squires Gate against a Blackpool side. We've played them in the past. They've always been brilliant. They've always brought a really competitive team for us to play against. It's obviously a good test for us. But like I said, I think it brings the community together, and that's the most important thing for us, is letting people have a look at our little ground here and our volunteers and what we have to offer, and then hopefully, in a week when Blackpool don't have a fixture at home, maybe some of those can come down and visit us at Squires Gate after having a great time here on Saturday. So yeah, all right, the game's going to be good for our players to pit ourselves against players from Blackpool. But the most important thing for us is showcasing ourselves and having a great day and inviting everybody in here to enjoy what should be a great game of football.
Just for ourselves as well, been back in pre-season training for a couple of weeks, a few players from last season, a lot of new faces as well. Are you impressed by the group so far?
Yeah, obviously thanks goes to obviously new head of recruitment, Hayden, who's done really well in his job to bring players through the door, for obviously myself and the staff to have a look at, and obviously some have stuck and some have moved on during what's been pre-season so far. But again, it's good to see the lads back from last season who've obviously come in and working hard, and yeah, players move on. That's football, unfortunately. Obviously, anybody who's ever pulled on a Squires Gate shirt, we wish them well for the future. But we've got to get down to business and do our stuff. And we're excited by the group. We're looking forward to the pre-season games to have a look at players, on a more regular basis and see how they can perform. And hopefully they'll be of the required standard to push us up the league table.
Mentioned the league there, starts in about 4 weeks' time. What are your expectations for the season on the whole?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've got to go into the league with our eyes wide open. It's going to be a difficult league, as it always is, but as we've seen before, everybody can beat everybody, and if you can put a little run together, there's no reason why we can't be looking in the top half of the table rather than the bottom half. And then once you're in the top half of the table, you roll the dice and you see what happens next. And we're going to be no different. You look at the sides that went up, obviously, Vauxhall Motors, we played well against them down here. Avril went up, we obviously beat them down here, so we've always done well against the stronger sides in the division. And obviously we've come unstuck against some of the lesser sides in the division. But we'll come together and hopefully have a stronger mentality as a group than what we have had in the past. And we'll be harder to beat. And if that's the case, then I think we can take the league seriously and find our way up there. We've struggled in the last couple of seasons. Obviously, previous to that, before obviously COVID ended it, we were 8th in the table. So there's no reason why we can't get up in the top reaches of it. And it's just down to the group and how they react and how they respond to what we ask them to do.